You can get an unbelievable shoulder workout at home without using any fancy equipment at the gym. This is my favorite shoulder exercise. Hey guys, Mark McKillier with Live Anabolic, and today I got a really great full body workout that we can do it at home, and all it needs are some dumbbells, nothing else. So guys, if you are really short on time, but don't want to skip a workout or feel like you just need to get some exercise in, this is a fantastic way to do it. So I'm going to show you how to hit every muscle group in your body, and we're going to do it in a really quick, efficient way by using something called supersets. Now, a lot of you guys may already know what that is, but for some of you, it's going to be a new concept. So in my Fit After 50 program, if you go through all three phases and then want to continue, I actually have a phase 4, a separate program that you can buy. And in phase 4, I get into these more advanced techniques, and they're called supersets, drop sets, and rest pause sets. And so my phase 4 of my Fit After 50 program is all about really hitting the muscle. So there's not really any cardio in there, and we're not really targeting fat burning so much as my phase 4 is really about building muscle. So today's workout, we're just going to be using supersets on every one of these exercises. Now guys, just real quick, supersets are oftentimes opposing muscle groups. So you'll do one exercise of, say, biceps, all right? And then without any rest, you'll change and do a set of triceps, which is the opposing muscle group to your biceps. And so that's what a superset is. So 2 sets back to back with little or no rest. A lot of times it's opposing muscle groups, but it's not always that way. A lot of guys like to hit the same muscle group with both exercises, but just do a completely different exercise. So some guys at the gym will do a pressing movement for their chest, and they will immediately get up, move to a different machine, and do a fly movement for the chest. So it's the same muscle group, but it's 2 completely different exercises done back to back with no rest. So today's workout though, I'm going to be doing opposing muscle groups, or at least different muscle groups. So we're going to hit one exercise for a muscle group, and then without any rest, we're going to move to a completely different exercise for a different muscle group. And the beauty of it is, it really will get your heart rate up. You'll get a fantastic pump, guys. And then also, man, it's super quick. It really will not take a lot of time to do this workout, and you'll still hit every single muscle group in your body. All right, so today's workout consists of 4 different supersets. Now, before I get into those, and I'm going to demonstrate exactly how to do them, all right? And then I will give you some advice on how many reps and how many sets to do, all right? But before I get to that, I just want to remind you guys that we have a phenomenal free resource in our Facebook group. So click the link below this video and it'll take you over there, and you have to actually ask to become a member. It's not open to everybody. But guys, we have over 15,000 members all over the world, and they're exactly like you. I'm the moderator, so I'm in there every day answering questions, but also all the other guys around the world are answering each other's questions. And people are posting, you know, great content. They're posting progress pictures of themselves. They're posting memes, you know, kind of inspirational stuff. People are talking about nutrition. It's not just about exercising, all right? So there's a lot of nutrition and supplement information going on in there. And guys, even if you don't like Facebook, like me, I don't like Facebook, but it's free. You don't even have to use your own name. Just join and just absorb all the good karma going on in the group, because I promise you, we have the best fitness group on all of Facebook, and especially for men in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond. All right, so our first superset for today is a combination of goblet squats, then we're gonna get down on the ground and we're gonna do leg lifts. So a lot of y'all are gonna, of course, not ask how to do the exercises because you're gonna be watching me, but you're gonna ask how many. So if you're really in a pinch for time, I want you to do each one of these supersets twice. So in this case, you would be doing the goblet squats, immediately followed by the leg raises, all right, with no rest. And that would be considered one superset. Stop, catch your breath for 60 to 90 seconds. Then I want you to do that same superset again, okay? Now for guys that are a little more advanced and you want to spend more time on this, do at least 3 sets per superset, all right? And then I'm gonna step you through all of them. And if you want to, you can kind of go through them in order, almost like circuit style training, but I prefer to just stick with one superset, do it 2 times, do it 3 times if you're an intermediate and have more time. And I think you'll get a better pump that way. All right, so goblet squat. Just gonna be holding a dumbbell like this, and you guys can get, you know, some really heavy dumbbells if you have them, because, you know, you're using some big muscles here and you'll be able to handle a lot of weight. Okay, so push yourself, guys. So I'm just gonna do 10 goblet squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See how my elbows are going all the way down to my thighs? 9. That tells me I'm doing full range of motion. So with no rest, I'm just gonna get on the ground here. We're gonna knock out 10 leg raises. Okay, I like putting my hands right underneath my tailbone, all right? And we're just gonna do 1, 2, 3. Don't let your heels hit the ground. 4. And don't go real fast. Keep 5. Keep control. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So what you just watched me do there was 1 superset. All right. So guys, if you're pressed for time, if you're a beginner, if that's felt pretty tough for you, give yourself 60 seconds rest, maybe 90 max. And then I want you to do that superset again. And then after that, take a little rest, and then you can move on to superset number 2, which I'm gonna demonstrate in just a sec. All right, guys, superset number 2 is gonna be an incline dumbbell press. We're gonna do 10 reps of that, and without any rest, we're gonna turn around and we're gonna do an incline dumbbell back row, okay? Now, if you don't have a bench, that's fine. I'm gonna show you how to do it without a bench also, okay? I'm gonna start off with a bench, and then for you guys that don't have this, have access to this, but you do have your dumbbells, I'll show you a real easy way to replicate this. All right, so guys, here we go. So the very first exercise is the press. We're gonna be hitting, you know, our chest. And after that, without any rest, I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna hit my back muscles. So those are opposing muscle groups, and that's a real typical way that people like to do supersets. But once again, you don't have to do it that way, okay? I just really like it, okay? So we're gonna start off with 10 chest press. 1, 2. Now guys, see the range of motion here? And at the top, don't bring the dumbbells together and hold them like that, because now all the weight is being carried by my joints, which doesn't hurt my joints, but it means my chest muscles are not really doing a lot of work right now. So if you stop out here at the top, then my chest is forced to stay engaged here. All right, so I have tension on my pecs at the top of the movement and at the bottom of the movement, and throughout, of course, the full range of motion. So knock out 10 of these, and then without any rest, we're gonna go to the incline back rows, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4. See how I'm controlling the weight, guys? I'm not jerking the dumbbells up. I'm kind of pulling them up. And then if you don't have very heavy dumbbells and it feels too light for you, come to the top and then 1, 2, slow it lower. 1, 2, control the lowering. 1, 2. But if you have heavy enough weights, you can just kind of keep a nice steady tempo here. And I want you to really feel the squeeze at the top of the movement. All right, so once again, that was 1 superset, all right? So check your watch, give yourself 60 to 90 seconds rest, kind of catch your breath, and then I want you to start over and do that superset at least one more time. All right, like I promised, I'm gonna show you guys who don't have a bench how to do that exact same exercise. So we're gonna get on the ground and we're gonna do dumbbell chest presses, but I have a cushion here, all right? The reason I put the cushion there is so I can get a bigger range of motion. So if I have my back on the ground, when I bring the dumbbells down, I'm only gonna get to go as deep as the ground will let me take my elbows, which is not very deep. All right, so if you guys have really bad shoulders and you can't go deep, you don't need to use a cushion, all right? But most of you guys will be able to get it, the dumbbells, and you'll be able to get your elbows so that they're slightly behind your back. And the only way to do that is to have your back elevated on a cushion. It works fantastic. And it's super, super simple. So here I am. I just kind of get the cushion so it's in the middle of my back. All right. Got my two dumbbells that I was using just a second ago. You're just going to curl them up. So I got all the weights being carried on my elbows now. Okay. Now I like having my knees bent like this with my feet on the ground. It gives you a nice kind of sturdy base. And once again, just straight up and down. Control the weight. And I'm not touching the dumbbells at the top. I'm keeping them separated by about 10 to 12 inches. You can knock out 10 of these. And at the bottom of the movement, don't let your elbows go onto the ground, okay? You can get real, real close, but I want you to feel the weight of those dumbbells on your chest muscles throughout the entire range of motion, all right? Okay, so let's go straight from the chest press into the dumbbell back rows. If you don't have a bench, get rid of this, bring these over here, and I want you to bend over, stick your butt out, and keep your knees bent. And then we're just gonna do one straightforward back rows. Now guys, I want you to bring the dumbbell up and back towards your hip. All right, don't bring them straight up like this. So it's gonna come back, and I want you to try to squeeze your muscles at the top. Feel those shoulder blades kind of squeeze and come together. And if it's too easy, just pause at the top and slowly lower. 1, 2, and then down. So guys, incline bench or not, you can still do this superset with nothing more than a cushion off your couch. Okay, so superset number 3 is gonna combine shoulders and our hamstrings and glutes. Now, those are not exactly opposing muscle groups, but they're completely different muscle groups. So the first exercise of the superset is gonna be dumbbell lateral raises. And guys, that's an exercise that's targeting a pretty small muscle group, okay? And because your hands are so far out away from the joint, it puts a big mechanical disadvantage on your muscles. So you can't use very much weight. So you're gonna have to go pretty light here. But the superset exercises, the Romanian deadlifts, they're also called stiff-legged deadlifts. Those are big muscle groups, right? And you can use a lot more weight. So if you guys have adjustable dumbbells like I do, after doing your lateral raises, I want you to come over here with no rest, all right? Adjust it, add a lot more weight, okay? And then go directly into the Romanian deadlift. Now, a lot of you guys don't have adjustable. You might have multiple sets of dumbbells. So put down that light pair that you were using for your shoulders and pick up your heaviest pair and use those for the Romanian deadlifts. I'm gonna show you how to do this. All right, pretty lightweight here, guys, but it's all about the form. You can get an unbelievable shoulder workout at home without using any fancy equipment at the gym. This is my favorite shoulder exercise. And I also think it's probably the safest exercise for guys with bad shoulders, because if you can't get the dumbbells all the way up here, you can still get an effective workout in by just doing real slow partial reps, okay? So knock out about 10 of these. Then I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna adjust the weight. And I'm gonna use much heavier weight for these Romanian deadlifts. And once again, I'm gonna show you the form here, all right? So First part of the movement is just stick your butt out and then go straight down and straight up. 2, 3, 4. All right, so see how my knees are bent slightly? I'm not doing this with stiff or straight legs, but I'm also not bending and going all the way down. That would be a deadlift. So Romanian deadlift, you want to stick your butt out as far as you can, keep your back straight, and you're gonna feel the tension in your hamstrings and your glutes, guys. So knock out about 10 of those. And once again, that's just one superset. Now you're gonna be out of breath because that's some big muscles we were working there, compound exercises. And you're gonna probably need a 1.5 minute rest before you do your second superset. Okay guys, our fourth and last superset of the day is gonna hit biceps and triceps. Those happen to be opposing muscle groups, all right? So the first exercise for our biceps, I want you to do 2-arm dumbbell curls. So don't do alternate, I want you to do both at the same time. And I really like it when you rotate your wrist. So you go from a neutral grip at the bottom, and as soon as the dumbbells pass your thighs, I want you to start rotating your hands so that your palms are facing the ceiling at the top of the movement. That means you're gonna engage more muscle fibers in your biceps than if you just did a straight hammer curl. All right, so knock out 10 of these. Good form, guys, do not cheat. I see a lot of guys swinging and using their back, and they use momentum to get it up, so try to keep your torso, your upper body nice and still, and slow up and slow down, all right? After that, we're gonna get down on our backs. We're gonna do 2-arm skull crushers, okay? So here we go. This is another exercise, guys, where you have to really, really try to focus on form so that you can feel your triceps doing the work, okay? So I don't want your arms to be straight up here and then down like this. I want your arms to be a little back over your head, and then try to keep your elbows in one place. Now I know they're gonna move around a little bit, guys. And then let these dumbbells just down to the side of your head, okay? So I can feel the dumbbells kind of going over by my ears or my temples. And once again, you see how slow and steady and how I'm controlling the weight. That's the only way you're gonna really feel the tension in your triceps. Otherwise, there's just all kinds of other little stabilizer muscles that are gonna come into play. So you gotta use a relatively light weight, but I don't want it to be so light that you can knock out 10 reps with no problem at all. So on all these exercises, try to pick a weight that is heavy enough that by the 10th rep, you are really struggling, okay? Now I was using much lighter weight than I would if I was doing a real workout. And of course, that's because I wanna be able to show you guys great form and also be able to talk at the same time. So I recommend you put a lot more effort into your workout than I just did. All right, guys, so there it is. We did 4 different supersets. Each superset, of course, is 2 exercises. So if you're in the beginner group and or you had time constraints, that's still 16 sets, right? Because that's 8 different exercises and you did each one of them twice. All right, for you guys that are more advanced or intermediate, or if you had more time on your hands and you just really wanted to hit it harder, you guys are doing 3 or 4 sets of each superset. And that really adds up to a ton of sets. And so once again, I had you target every single muscle group in your entire body, all right? So we did everything from chest to back to shoulders, biceps, triceps, legs, even abs, all right? All in one workout from home, and the only thing you needed were some dumbbells. And guys, remember, all these workouts are really, really good for you, but if you only do them every once in a while, they're really not going to be very effective, which means you have to stick with it and never give up on yourself.